Cosmopolitan has decided to skip Bachelor Pete and Victoria's cover for a good reason, it says here. And you have this young lady here. She may have, maybe somebody could tell me about this young lady here. I guess she's the one in question. And somebody could tell me whether or not she identifies as white, or whether or not she has something else in her background that she actually identifies in. Now, this is pertinent to the story because Monday's episode of The Bachelor, apparently this is still a show, featured a group date in Costa Rica where you could get the coronavirus or just corona drunk, and where a photo shoot for Cosmopolitan magazine took place. The prize, after the contestants, is that what they're calling them, posed for a fashion spread in bikinis, which was awarded to the woman with the most chemistry with, is that what they call the transmission of bodily fluid? Chemistry? The most chemistry with Peter, which seems like a lovely, attractive young white man here. The prize was a digital cover shoot for this filthy rag. So they were going to be apparently on the front, and this is perhaps this is what always happens with the winners of this horrible game, I guess is what it is, where they exchange diseases and old tales of diseases gained and given long past. But so they were going to, this was going to be their surprise. Victoria F took, well, this is it. Victoria F. So she must have a last name. So Cosmopolitan hates.
Maybe there's another Victoria on the show. That's how they differentiate.
Well, no. I mean, why not use her last name? But Cosmopolitan hates her so much that they're not even going to use her last name. And this is good. Let all the vagues see this. Victoria F took the prize and the photo shoot. But if you're hoping to see the digital cover on Cosmopolitan's website, so it wouldn't even be on the magazine, it'd be on the website.
Okay.
You're out of luck. The cover will not be published. And it all comes down to another past shoot. Victoria.
Did she say something wrong?
No, it's a past shoot.
Did she do something wrong?
She did something wrong.
Did she commit a heresy?
You know she did. And that's what's great. I hope
maybe we can have her on tap next. If she's hiding her last name, you know that she did something good. You're hiding her last name.
No, I think she's some sort of wannabe celebrity. And so I think she would like her last name to be known. But if
they're hiding her last name.
They are hiding it. Well, they despise her.
She must have rattled some cages. Well, probably, you know what? Probably not, because in our mind, we're thinking, oh, yeah, she probably said something quite positive. And what I'm about to hear is probably going to be so mild and milquetoast. And to us, we'll say, that's it. It's nothing. But nothing. Out there in that world, it's big. You can't say her last name.
I tell you what's big is that
they refer to us in a Cosmopolitan article. If we were ever in a Cosmopolitan article, for maybe like widgets, like just like symbols. They can't. It wouldn't even be
a first name.
It would be nothing. Not even first names.
Just some awful, just a ink blot. What's big is that Imminent Rain has shown up in the live chat today. Great to see you, Luke Mason, everyone, making the Prometheus Rising, the story of Prometheus Rising, into an entire album and doing a magnificent job. Eagerly looking forward to the next installment from that album. But this is the reason why. Victoria over here, the reason why there's not going to be a digital cover is because she did a past shoot that did not sit well with Cosmopolitan's anti-white values. In a letter posted on the magazine's website, editor-in-chief Jessica, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to not give Jessica's last name, just the first names and the energy they conveyed through the camera lens. It wasn't until a few weeks ago that I found out that the woman I'd chosen had in her past modeled in an ad campaign wearing White Lives Matter attire. Can you believe this?
All right, this is pretty good. This is pretty good.
This is interesting. White Lives Matter.
I think we need to have Victoria F on tap,
Let's find Victoria.
wearing wearing her shirt the whole time.
Yes, wearing her.
She'll be well covered up.
Let's see. It goes on here. The editor's post goes on to explain. It's been said that Victoria's photo shoot was for a Marlin Lives Matter organization focused on preventing white and blue marlin from being overfished, which used White Lives Matter and Blue Lives Matter messaging on its promotional shirts and hats. So she didn't even mean it for white people. She meant she was hired as a babe in a bikini to wear a shirt that said White Lives Matter and Blue Lives Matter to protect the white and blue marlin. And because
Oh.
she got close enough to heresy,
So it's about fish.
it's about fish.
Oh.
It's about fish.
The world of clowns.
Yes, the
So
clown.
I'm seeing. Wait, I'm trying to find this, and they're putting her next to pictures of guys with Confederate flags on the back of their shirts. I guess they're trying to.
Is this what you pulled up? You found something like this?
No. She's not literally next to them. It's they're like editing it or trying to make a comparison. I don't know. It's not even coming up right now. For some reason, the picture's not enlarging. Victoria F. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what her background is. I don't know if she's really
Well, no, this is absolutely great.
one of us.
Yeah, well, it's absolutely
If she were wearing a White Lives Matter shirt that, God forbid, talked about the actual white people and not just fish, then of course that's nice. Either way, we don't care.
no.
As we said, you can be non-white and be white positive. We know that. But so the fact that it was for the Marlin and then this Cosmo editor or whoever this woman is who makes these decisions, she's the Marlin thing, was that a little description paragraph, or because forgive me, I was looking up the pictures for a minute because I might have missed this, or is the woman making these decisions, the woman making the decisions at Cosmo, aware of the fact that the White Lives Matter shirt
No.
was in that context of the Marlin thing?
I think yes, she's aware of it, but it doesn't
She's
matter.
aware of it, and even so,
Being white lives.
that's too much.
Yes. White lives are not supposed to matter, according to Cosmopolitan. And even these thespians, these actors, they can't even pull off the stunt of pulling heartstrings for white and blue marlin without being fed to the anti-white machine and their purity spiraling. So it says here, what's the final what does it say here? In my view, the nature of the organization is neither here nor there. Both phrases and the belief systems they represent are, now get this. This is the people from Cosmo. This is the woman with a last name that begins with a P, which I won't read. Says, quote, in my view, the nature of the organization, in other words, the organization that was trying to bring attention to the overfishing of white and blue marlin, the nature of that organization is neither here nor there. Her horns grow and her fangs come out as she says this. Both phrases, White Lives Matter and Blue Lives Matter, and the belief systems they represent are rooted in an anti-white slur. So rooted in care for white people, rooted in a concern for white well-being, and therefore problematic, says the woman from Cosmo. Unequivocally, the White Lives Matter movement does not reflect the value of the Cosmo brand. So they hate white people who pay their salaries with all of their dollars. It's the majority of people who are buying Cosmopolitan are white women. And whether they're teenagers or mothers or mothers buying for their daughters or older white women, it is all being paid for. All of their salaries, their Jaguars, their yachts, their trips to Bermuda, all of this all around, their penthouses that they live in, the penthouses that they work in, all paid for by these white dollars. And it absolutely, unequivocally, the White Lives Matter movement does not reflect, because only the White Lives Don't Matter movement reflects Cosmo's brand. We stand, she further says, in solidarity with Black Lives Matter and any cause that fights to end. Of course, she says here, injustice for people of color. There's no injustice. What preposterous. So any cause that we stand with, any cause that inflicts harm on Western kind and Western civilization. That's the translation, folks. You need to learn how to read anti-white. And once you learn how to read anti-white, it comes out black and white, very clear and very acidic. This is the team at Cosmo, and this is what happened. It's a wonderful thing. It needs to not be when you talk, if you get an opportunity to talk to friends and family that are vagues or strangers that are vagues and they know about this and it's going to be on their lips, you can take this opportunity to point out that this young lady here, whether she is white or has something else in the background, identifies as white or whatever it might be, it's better if she's not white and better that if she doesn't identify as white. So that you can say, look, even a non-white person who does an advertisement to bring awareness to the overfishing of blue and white marlin is persecuted by anti-whites because the phraseology is close enough that it shows concern for the welfare and well-being of white people. Are you starting to wake up yet?
But we have privilege.
Right. So did anybody say whether she's white or not or what her background is? It really doesn't matter. Just go ahead and say that she's not white or that she probably does. My guess is that she's close enough to say, well, she's not white. And this is what I've said before when it comes to who's white and who's not. Conflict and time is going to make that decision for us. Those who can get away with saying they're not white, they're going to say they're not white. You won't have to make the decision for them.